Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. Just getting sorted for my bingo. It's bingo night tonight and it's very cold. I think it's going to be even colder when I come out of that place. But I will be telling my friend the country's expecting to get snow. And if it does happen to snow anytime, if there's any snow on a Thursday when I go to my bingo, I will not be going. She won't like it, but I'm going to tell her I do not drive when there's snow on the ground. Especially as I have to do half an hour drive to get up to my friend to pick her up to go to the place that we go to. And it's not so bad when I come down the A1, when I'm on the A1, but before I get onto the A1, I have to go through a black, very dark country road. It's dark when I set out and it's dark when I come back. And I cannot see, where there's no lights, naturally you have the lights on the car, but I do not like that road. It's quite a long, dark country road. And it's the only way for me to get back home. And it's a very winding road. It's like a snake, like an S-shape. I do not like it at the best of times, or I do not like it when there's snow on the ground. So I'm going to tell my friend if there is any snow on the ground any time between now and when the summer weather starts, she'll have to get somebody else to pick her up because I will not be going. Which it's, in this country, we get just a little bit snow and it puts everybody off driving because we aren't used to driving with snow, not like places like in Canada or even some place in the United States that get a lot of snow. They are used to driving in it, but we aren't because we only get a little bit. In fact, some years we don't get any at all. I've got stuff on the floor stopping the wool coming up off the... I really need to tidy up around my settee before I go out. I just plonk everything down on either side of me on this settee, and if anybody knocks at the door, it's one mad rush to pick it all up and tidy it up before I answer the door in case it's somebody that's coming in the house. It's all to do with knitting. There's all balls of wool and pads and patterns, and there's only enough room for me to sit in the middle of this settee. Either side of me is just full of rubbish. Well, it's not actually rubbish, it's all to do with knitting, and it's the same with my coffee table. I have my laptop in the middle, on either side there's needles sticking out one side, there's all little, well, I've got my little coaster things on, and I've got a cup of tea here on another one, and there's my little pad with all my sewing needles and cable needle and other things, a little thing here with all my pens on, all on my coffee table. So now there's room for coffee actually. But anyway, I'm doing a little bit knitting before I go out. I'm only going to do a sandwich for myself before I go out because we always take a lot of stuff, food and that, with us. I mean, some of the girls think, I'm sure they think that we don't get fed, me and my friend, because I only maybe take one of those bags of crisps that you share, one of those. But the other ones are sandwiches, sausage rolls and pizzas and quiches. I think a lot of people, there's some fellas that sit around her, I think they like to come and sit beside us because they know there's going to be a lot of food on the table. And there's always lots of it left afterwards, and I keep telling them, I say, you don't need to bring that much in. We have a meal before we come there, so I stopped having a meal, and all I do is just have a sandwich now before I go out, because I know they're going to fill me full of all this stuff, and they think I don't feed myself. I stand there and I say, now look at me, do I look like I'm not feeding myself? I'm overweight, Doesn't get through to them though. Like you see, me and my friend are the oldest. We are both 75 years old, and the rest are only around about the 50 mark, maybe a little bit, 1 or 2 years more than that. And they just seem to think we are, old people that kind of take care of ourselves. But never mind. I'll get a little bit knitting done before I go out. And I have been out to my garage and got my car out because I have to back out of my garage. I never back into my garage. I always just drive straight in. And when I have to back out of my garage, my garage is here. And as I come out, it sort of turns like that. So I have to be very careful when I come out with the corner of the house and the fence that separates my garden from next door's garden and that. So I like to go out where it's still daylight and get my car out so I can see better then. So I had to do that earlier on because, like I'm saying, I don't like bringing it out in the dark. It's not as easy to see. And a little thing, when I was driving in the dark to my friends and going up the roads, and there's all those like sparklers all around the lights on the cars that's coming towards you, and you cannot see. You've got to avert your eyes over to the other side, and it's terrible, the lights on the cars these days. And there was really bad one week, and I had even like torchlights look like they were shining up in the sky when they come towards me, and I was complaining, and all the girls and everything, and saying, I don't think I can keep coming here. I say it's because of the lights on the cars and that. And they're all saying, oh, well, they have the same trouble as well, but not quite as bad as I seem to have. So the next week, I got some cloths out. I normally wash the outside of my windscreen. I only wash the inside when I clean the car out. And I thought, I'm going to clean the inside of the window as well. So I gave it a good clean, all the windows inside. And it was a hell of a lot easier. Must have been the grease when you rub your hand on the screen to clear it sometimes. The grease off your hand must settle on the wind, and it causes a lot of those problems around the headlights coming towards you. That's what I've discovered. So I always clean the inside of the windscreen before I go out now to make sure I'm going to have a clearer view, and that's my eyesight's not as bad as I thought it was. I was thinking to myself, the way things are going, I'm going to have to stop driving, thinking my eyesight was so bad. But then I'm saying, well, my eyesight's perfectly all right during the day. I've never had any trouble with driving during the day, and that was what made me start thinking, maybe I should clean both sides of the windscreen on the car. It did make a difference. You still get the like the thing around the lights and that, but it's not quite as bad. And it's amazing what a bit dirt on your windscreen, how it would affect your eyesight. I'll have to tell you the girls that, like even the younger ones, maybe you wash your windscreen, you mightn't have as much trouble with the lights on the other cars. But anyway, I haven't won any bingo for a long time since I stopped going to the other place. But me, my friend, there was all the rest of us girls. There used to be about a dozen of us used to go there, and then we used to meet 1 or 2 others that lived around that area, and we were just winning each other's money. But we were quite lucky, me and my friend, but since we've been going to this other place, and it's a large place, and I won once. I won a £10 line. Somebody else shouted at the same time as me, so I got £5, and then as me and my friend share, we had £2.50 each, and that's all we've won in all the weeks we've been going there. She hasn't won, but every single one of the other girls have all won something. No one win over £100 in that sometimes, and just me and my friend just have not got no luck. So it's got to change one day, it's not fair. Well, the rest of them winning, us never winning anything. But that's enough of my mourning. I'm all ready, apart from I've got to try to do something with me hair. Put a plait in the back, it makes it a bit tidier, I keep thinking I should get it chopped, you know, but it's so thin on the top and that I don't think it would look right now. It's okay when I was younger, but the hair gets a bit thinner, you need a bit more hair on top. But maybe I might invest, get one of them wig things, you know, and then wear a wig. I could imagine if we get some wind, like with my luck, it'll blow off down the road somewhere. But that's it for now. I'll be way off out after I've had a sandwich and a cup of tea and that. It's only 4:30 now. I'm not going out till 6:30, so I've got a couple of hours to do some, well, about an hour and a half, because I'll be stopping a little bit to get my sandwich and cup of tea and that, and do a little bit knitting before I go out. So I'll probably do a little bit when I come back, because I usually get home around about 10. We don't stay till closing, like, so all I have is a shandy, and I'm not drinking any more than one shandy all night. With driving, you know, and there's no way I'm drinking Coke or something like that all night. I'll be full of wind. So anyway, thumbs up and subscribe, and bye for now. Catch you all again another day.